There are many elements that make music so interesting, but rhythm is one of my favorites. Think about all of your favorite pieces. Why do you like them? Sure, it could be the melody, the lyrics, the dynamics, or the way a performer has interpreted it. But I can guarantee that you love one or more of those songs because of the rhythm, that thumping beat, that bass line, whatever. I'm sure rappers, jazzers, and rockers would agree. Nothing tops a good rhythm and beat. To create rhythm, you need to understand note values. Today we will start with 4 basic note values: the quarter note, the half note, the dotted half note, and the whole note. When you combine note values, they create rhythm. Every quarter note looks like a black dot with a line. That dot is called a note head, and that line is called a stem. All stems can either point up or down, depending on where they are located on the staff. Quarter notes receive 1 count or beat. We use these terms interchangeably. They mean the same thing. Every half note looks similar to a quarter note, but the note head isn't filled in. As you can see, half notes also have stems. Half notes receive 2 counts or beats. This is a dotted half note. It's basically a half note with a dot next to it. Its name is pretty original, right? The dot receives half the value of the note it's attached to. Because the note it's attached to is a half note, and the half note receives 2 counts or beats, the dot would receive half of that, 1 count or beat. If you add those 2 values together, 2 plus 1, both the half note and the dot together would receive 3. So, dotted half notes receive 3 counts or beats. This is a whole note. As you can see, so far, this is the only note without a stem. I like to think of it as a hole in the ground. The whole note receives 4 counts or beats. Now that we've gone over our 4 primary note types, let's put these into practice. Until you learn about the time signatures and measures, there are 2 ways that you can practice counting note values at home. The first method is to say the actual names of the notes. The second method is to say 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. I will show you how to do both. Let's look at this first example. There are 4 quarter notes and 2 half notes. If we were to practice using the first method I mentioned, we would say each note name in a steady rhythm. If you have a metronome, set it to about 64 and practice with it. If not, it's not a big deal. Just make sure your rhythm is steady. Keep in mind, syllables are very important when using this method. For instance, quarter notes get 1 beat, so we'd say quarter is 1 syllable. Half notes receive 2 beats, so we'd say half note as 2 syllables. Dotted half notes are set as 3 syllables, dotted half notes. And for whole notes, we need 4 beats or syllables, so we have to add a few words. Whole, note, hold, it. Listen as I demonstrate. I will be clapping each note as it lights up. Quarter, 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 half note, half note. Great. Try it with me. Remember, we only clap on the notes. When a note gets more than 1 beat, you hold the clap through. Quarter, 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 half note, half note. Great job. Let's try a different example for method 2. This example makes use of all 4 primary note values. There are 3 quarter notes, 1 half note, 1 dotted half note, and 1 whole note. Method 2 is similar, but instead of saying the note names, we just count the number of beats. Like I said before, use the metronome if you have one. It helps to keep a steady beat. Here, I'll demonstrate without the metronome. One, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, try it with me. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. I like both methods for different reasons, but like I said, this way of counting will only be used until you learn about time signatures. At that point, the way you count will be more structured. You can try practicing this at home. Find a few music examples to practice with. Chances are you have easy music books at home. Open them up. If you don't have any beginner's books, I have some available Muse sheets on my website. You can visit that website via the link below. Remember, you have only learned 4 primary note values so far. We will get to the more advanced notes in a later video. Once you have a few examples to practice with, try clapping on the rhythm using methods 1 and 2 or both. Then, instead of clapping, try playing any note on the keyboard while counting the rhythm out loud.